Thank you for taking a few minutes to watch this presentation. I'm Karen Travers, the registrar. You might remember me from the spring when you did course registration. At that time, the students had very few choices to make regarding their course selection, but now, as rising sophomores, they have a little more flexibility and the timeline is a little different, which is what I want to explain to you shortly. First, though, I want to talk about re-enrollment. This year, there is a new process for any of you who've done this before. This year, the forms will be completed online, being accessed through your PowerSchool Parent Portal account. If you log into PowerSchool using your student's credentials, or if you're using the app on your phone, it's not going to work. You have to be logged into the web version as a parent. So if you need any help with your credentials or getting logged in, now's the time to send me an email and let me know so we can get that worked out. The fee will be billed to your fax account on March 5th. So if your student will not be returning for next year, please contact the business office by that deadline so that your account does not get billed. And parents who don't submit the forms in a timely fashion will incur a late fee each month until registration is complete. You can get to the parent portal on the front website. If you don't have it bookmarked, go to the Academics tab, PowerSchool Login. That's where you're going to find your forms. What you'll do is you will update the information that we already have on file that will pre-populate into the forms, so you will make any necessary changes or additions and indicate how you prefer to pay next year's tuition. There are several different forms, even though total they only take a few minutes, but there are several different forms, and you will have the option to request an email so you will know when all of the forms have been approved in the system, or you may log back in at a later date just to make sure that nothing has been returned to your account for corrections. And we will send out detailed instructions on this the week that re-enrollment begins, so don't worry about it right now, but please do check your email for those instructions. So let's talk about the courses that the students are going to take as sophomores. Very similar to what they're taking this year, theology, of course. This year, sophomore year, they will take one semester of Hebrew Scriptures and one of Christian Testament. They'll take English 2, the next level of their foreign language. Chemistry is the science this year, and math. Sophomores add world history, which applies to the social studies graduation requirement. Because they don't have a current social studies teacher, the course level recommendation for social studies will be done by their English teacher. And then, of course, they have room for their electives. I'd like to say just one short thing about rigor, because the question comes up whenever someone starts looking forward to college planning. Hope Scholarship rigor requirements say that you have to have a minimum of 4 rigor courses to be eligible for the scholarship, and I want to show you why you don't have to worry about that. This is the course progression chart for science. Blue courses are rigor courses that are also St. Pius graduation requirements. Your student will have 3 of 4 rigor courses just in the science department alone by the time they graduate, and they most likely will have 4 because almost everyone up there is a rigor course. Go to the math department, your child's going to pick up 2 more, and the second year of foreign language is a rigor credit. So just by graduating from St. Pius, a student will well exceed the requirements. No worries about rigor. Let's talk about the registration process. Course registration is a 2-phase process. Phase 1 is the period where the students can see the courses for which they've been recommended and make any requests they have for changes. Phase 2, the actual requesting of the courses via PowerSchool, is the part that was done in the computer labs on freshman registration night and is, from a technical standpoint, a very straightforward process. How are recommendations made? In December, the students' first semester teachers in their core courses made an initial recommendation for the next school year. Now, the second semester teachers are observing the students, and they may feel that a different placement is more appropriate. For example, if a student has been working hard in English and has shown significant improvement, the teacher may feel that English 2 Honors is a better placement than English 2 CPA, which the first semester teacher suggested, so they can make those adjustments based on the student's current performance. In mid-February, the suggested courses for next year will be visible to you and the students in PowerSchool, and the process for requesting a level change or applying for an AP course varies by department, so the students are encouraged to check PowerSchool Learning for the specifics and the deadlines. So on February 16th, which by the way is a Friday and there is no school, a new link will appear in PowerSchool called Teacher Recommendations. If you click on that, you will see the courses for which you've been recommended. And then Just like last year, the student will only be able to register for those courses, those core courses or AP courses listed here. Any changes must be made by the current teacher by the deadline. So that's what that 3-week period from February 16th to March 9th is. It gives the students a chance to advocate for themselves with their teachers and make any adjustments that they hope to have. The second phase is March 26th through the 29th. Again, this is what we did last year during registration. It's very straightforward. You go in, you confirm your core courses, you choose your electives, you hit submit. It doesn't take long. The link will be active in PowerSchool from Monday the 26th through noon on Holy Thursday, so there's really no excuse for not getting your choices in. But just so you know, any students who miss the deadline will be placed in their core courses, but their electives will be randomly assigned by the computer once all other students' requests are filled. So it's really in their interest to get in there and put their preferred electives. I mentioned AP courses. Sophomores have 3 available to them: AP Computer Science Principles, AP World History, and AP Human Geography. Sophomore students may take 1 AP course in the Social Studies department. Freshmen in English Honors may apply to take the AP World History. Freshmen in English CPA will be placed in World History CPA, but may apply to take AP Human Geography. AP Human Geography is a year-long elective that is taken in addition to World History, and at the end of this video is some additional information about that course. As juniors and seniors, students from both CPA and AP World History classes will have the opportunity to apply for the other AP options in the Social Studies department, and there are several available to them at that point. AP Computer Science Principles is an elective. It may be taken concurrently with the Social Studies AP course. However, since its introduction, many students from all grades have requested this as an elective, and historically, very few sophomores were scheduled into the class by the computer. I am not trying to be discouraging, only realistic, so that your student is not disappointed if he or she is not selected. However, as a sophomore, they have access to many more electives than they did last year as freshmen. Those listed in red on this slide are in a core department, which means that the student's grade in that course will be factored into his or her HOPE GPA calculation. Everything I've talked about today, the process, the deadlines, applications, those elective listings, those will all be posted on the Dean of Academics page in PowerSchool Learning, formerly called Haiku. Students and parents are encouraged to visit this page regularly for updates and information. And just as a reminder, it can be accessed from the Campus Life tab on the spx.org website. You log into PowerSchool Learning using your SPX family email address and password, which is the P_student address at spx.org. And if you need help with either of those, email me and I am happy to help. In addition to the course catalog there, you'll find other helpful documents. Course progression charts are available for all the core departments, which show the available path through each level for planning ahead. And then there is a course planning worksheet, which can help you as well to stay on track, to balance your course load, to be sure you're getting prerequisites you might need for any upper level classes later. So lots of resources there if you are interested. Hopefully, this overview has given you a good idea of the timeline and the process for sophomore course registration. A version of this will be made available to the students in the next few weeks so that they know the process as well. But please take a few moments with them when teacher recs are visible to discuss the process and the deadline so that they can best advocate for themselves with the teachers. Additionally, I am always available to answer questions from you or them that you have about the process, so please don't hesitate to ask. The next few slides show you where to find more information on AP Human Geography and AP Computer Science Principles if you think your student is interested in either of those courses. Thank you for your time, and I hope you will attend the Counseling Department Freshman Parent Night next week.